TRT2 ekranlarına Sinema Artı'ya hoş geldiniz. Festivaller devam ediyor. Festivaller devam ederken de ekip olarak biz çeşitli sorular sormaya devam ediyoruz kendimize. Festivallerde filmler nasıl seçiliyor, programlar nasıl yapılıyor, hangi kriterlere bakılıyor? Bu film programlarının arkasında, gösterim seçkilerinin arkasında kim var? Bu soruyu da yöneltmek için Tallinn Film Festivali'nin film programcısı Edvinas Pukšta'yı bulduk. Kendisi burada bizimle stüdyomuzda. Ama önce bir vizyon turu ve bir de haber var, onu izleyeceğiz. Ardından stüdyoda burada sohbetimize başlayacağız.
Yönetmenliğini Mustafa Kota'nın üstlendiği film, arkadaşının yerine taksi şoförlüğü yapan Rüzgar'ın bu sırada tanıştığı hayalle yaşadığı aşkı ve geçmişinin bu ilişkiye etkilerini konu alıyor.
Beraber uyuyalım mı?
Ve ölmek de sadece bir ansa.
18 yıl aradan sonra bu filmle beyaz perdeye dönüş yapan Teoman bir mekan sahibini canlandırıyor.
Cevaplar nerede o? Bilmiyorum de.
Rüzgar her yerde seni arıyor.
Oyuncu kadrosunda ayrıca Gonca Vuslateri, Emre Kınay, Burcu Kara ve Tuğba Ünsal gibi isimler de yer alıyor.
Beni istemişsin. İşte geldim.
Marvel sinematik evreninin merakla beklenen yeni filmi Kaptan Amerika, Cesur Yeni Dünya sinemalarda.
Birleşik Devletler Başkanı Tadeusz Scholz.
Marvel hayranları Sam Wilson'ın kendi Kaptan Amerika kimliğini nasıl inşa edeceğini görmek için sabırsızlanıyor.
Her ne oluyorsa kaptan, dikkatli ol.
Yönetmen koltuğunda Julius Ona oturuyor.
5 nişancı varmış. Bu koordineli bir terör saldırısı efendim.
Filmde özellikle Tim Blake Nelson'ın The Leader olarak geri dönmesi büyük sürprizlerden biriyken, Betty Ross karakterinin dönüşü ise Hulk ve Kaptan Amerika hikayelerinin birleşebileceğine dair teorileri güçlendiriyor.
Henüz değil.
Helen Fielding'in aynı adlı romanından uyarlanan Bridget Jones serisinin 4. filmi sinema severlerle buluşuyor. Michael Morris'in yönetmenliğini üstlendiği filmde Renée Zellweger, Hugh Grant ve Emma Thompson gibi yıldız isimler rol alıyor.
Why is your granny wearing pajamas?
Bridget, you're a widow with 2 wonderful children. My advice to you is put your...
Film, kocasının ölümünün ardından 50'li yaşlarında dul bir annenin yeniden hayata tutunmasını anlatıyor.
What's Tinder? Mommy, Mabel's stuck up the tree. We're going to die.
Everything all right, Mrs. Darcy?
Oh my God.
Hiya.
I've climbed a magical man tree.
Hello.
Mr. Theodore Twombly, welcome to the world's first artificially...
Teknolojinin gölgesinde bir aşk hikayesi. Her. Spike Jonze'un yazıp yönettiği film, modern dünyanın yalnızlığına ayna tutan etkileyici bir bilim kurgu ve romantik drama.
Your relationship with your mother. Thank you. Please wait as your operating system is initiated.
Hello, I'm here.
Joaquin Phoenix'in hayat verdiği Theodore Twombly karakterinin insan ilişkilerinde giderek yabancılaşan bir dünyada gelişmiş bir yapay zeka olan Samantha'yla sıra dışı aşkını anlatıyor.
I want to learn everything about everything.
I love the way you look at the world.
Film, teknolojinin insan duyguları üzerindeki etkisini derinlemesine ele alırken, aynı zamanda modern yalnızlık, bağlanma ve kimlik gibi kavramları da sorguluyor.
Something that feels so good about sharing your life with somebody.
How do you share your life with somebody?
2024 yılının Oscar ödüllerinde en iyi özgün senaryo ödülünü kazanan yapım, sinematografisi, melankolik atmosferi ve felsefi alt metinleriyle eleştirmenlerin beğenisini toplamıştı.
I wish I could put my arms around you. Wish I could touch you.
How would you touch me?
Sinema dünyasının yakından takip ettiği Berlin Film Festivali başlıyor. Bu yıl 75.'si düzenlenecek Uluslararası Berlin Film Festivali, Filistinlilerle dayanışma içinde olan sinemacılara karşı tutumu nedeniyle boykot tartışmalarının merkezinde yer alıyor. Bir skandalın peşinde. Carol, Karanlık Sular gibi filmleriyle tanınan yönetmen, senarist ve yapımcı Todd Haynes, festivalin uluslararası jüri başkanı oldu. Festivalde büyük ödül Altın Ayı için 17'si dünya premieri olmak üzere 19 film yarışıyor. Bu yıl 75.'si gerçekleşecek festivalde Cenk Sezgin, Panorama bölümünde jüri üyesi olarak yer alıyor.
Bugüne kadar pek çok kez yurt dışı etkinliklerine katıldık. Türkiye'yi temsilen ya da şirketimi temsilen, bazen de derneğimizi, sektörümüzü temsilen. Fakat ilk defa bir jüri olarak görev alacağım. Özellikle Berlinale gibi, Berlin Film Festivali gibi dünya çapında en önemli 3 büyük festivalden birinde görev alacağım. Bu tabii ki çok gurur verici bir şey. Özellikle bir sinema işletmecisi olarak Türkiye'de pek çok otorite, pek çok yapımcı ya da sinema eleştirmeni ya sinema yazarı var. Onların katıldıkları jüri organizasyonları da var. Bunlardan bazılarına tanık olmuştum. Ama bir sinema işletmecisi olarak ilk defa katılacak olmam, Türkiye'den ilk katılımcı olmam çok güzel bir, onur verici bir tecrübe olacak. Çok fazla şey göreceğimi, öğreneceğime inanıyorum. Çünkü bizim de gerçekleştirdiğimiz Türkiye'de bazı festivaller, etkinliklerimiz var. Oradaki bakış açımıza da bir derinlik katacağını düşünüyorum. O yüzden benim için çok önemli ve çok değerli bir katılım olacak bu. Toplam 12 tane film var. Bu filmler Avrupa çapında üretilmiş filmler. Avrupa'nın yerel sinema kültürünün geliştirilmesine, en azından uluslararası dünya çapındaki sinema sektöründe Avrupa sinemasının gerilememesini sağlamaya yönelik bir proje bu. Avrupa Sinema Birliği'nin Europa Sinemas diye oluşturduğu Avrupa sinemasını yaşatma projesi. Bu çerçevede sinema salonlarına destekler verildiği gibi Avrupa filmleri oynatan sinema salonlarına Avrupa çapında bir takım kooperasyonlara, ortak çalışmalara da destekler sağlanıyor. Bu Avrupa'da çekilen filmlerin Avrupa çapında ve dünya çapında pazarlanmasının önüne açılabilmesi için de Avrupa Sinemas organizasyonu Berlin Film Festivali'nin panorama kuşağından, yani Avrupa'daki üretilen filmler kuşağından kendisi yapacağı bir seçkiyle ödüllendirme yapıyor ve Europa Cinemas Label diye bir özel ödül takdim ediyor bu ödülü kazananlara. Burada kazananları 4 kişilik kendi bünyesinden oluşturduğu jüri tespit edecek. Filmler Berlinale tarafından belirleniyor, Berlin Film Festivali tarafından. Orada farklı kuşaklar var, bunların arasındaki panorama kuşağından. Ve bizler de 4 görevli olarak, Avrupa Sinema Birliği'nin görevlisi olarak bu filmleri izleyeceğiz, canlı olarak izleyeceğiz ve sinematografi açısından ya da diğer konularda, diğer açılardan değerlendirmemizi sunacağız.
Avrupa Birliği destekleriyle kurulan Europa Cinemas Network tarafından 2003 yılından bu yana verilen Europa Cinemas Label ödülleri, Avrupa sinemasının tanıtımına ve dağıtımına katkı sağlamaya devam ediyor. Ödül her yıl Berlin, Cannes, Karlovy Vary, Locarno ve Venedik gibi prestijli festivallerde yarışan Avrupa yapımı filmlere veriliyor.
70 yıl aşkın bir süredir, 80'e yaklaştı, festival devam ediyor ve çok önemli bir etkinlik, katılımı çok fazla. Festivalde sadece yarışma değil, aynı zamanda dünya çapında ama Avrupa'da üretilen filmlerin dünya çapında pazarlanması gerçekleşiyor. Biz de Türkiye olarak hem bakanlığımızın hem Türkiye'den bazı yapımcı, yönetmen, yapımcı firmaların, Avrupa'da film pazarlayan bazı şirketlerin fuar kısmında stand kiralayarak bu tanıtım pazarlama çalışmalarını gerçekleştireceklerini biliyorum. Onlarla da görüştüm. Kendilerine bilgi paylaştım. Hem orada olacağıma dair hem de karşılıklı bir etkileşimimiz, birbirimize katkımız olur mu diye görüştüm. Sinema Genel Müdürlüğü, Sinema Genel Müdürümüz, Bakanlığımızın Sinema Genel Müdürü Birol Güven, çok güzel bir stand kurgusu yaptık. Türkiye'den gelecek olan yerli film yapımcılarına, yönetmenlere ve selebritimizi burada gerçekleştirecekleri görüşmeler için hem ortam sağlayacağız hem ağırlayacağız dedi. Dolayısıyla beni de standta muhtemelen buluşacağız kendileriyle. Çoğunlukla muhtemelen bakanlığın tanıtım standında görev alacağım, bulunacağım seçkiler dışında. Ama diğer taraftan dünya çapında filmlerin nasıl pazarlandığını, Avrupa filmlerinin dünyadaki ülkelere nasıl pazarlandığını muhtelif pavyonlarla, pavyon adı verilen standlarla veya özel kiralanmış mekanlarda ne gibi sunumlarla bu organizasyonun başarılı bir şekilde gerçekleştirdiğini izleyip gözlemleme açısından ve burada edindiğimiz tecrübeleri, arkasından da Cannes var, aynı şekilde orada da niyetim var. Burada edindiğimiz tecrübeleri filmlerimizin en uygun, en şık şekilde pazarlanabiliyor olması için Bodrum International Film Festivali'de uyarlanması konusunda büyük heyecan duyuyorum.
Berlinale'ın 75. edisyonu 13-23 Şubat 2025 tarihleri arasında Almanya'nın başkenti Berlin'de sinema severlerin karşısında.
Stüdyomuzdayız ve konuğumuzla konuşmak için bir hayli sabırsızız. O yüzden hemen ona dönelim. Hi.
Hello, merhaba.
Merhaba, how are you?
It's very nice to be here and I'm perfectly fine and sane and alive.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see your lively energy and that's really, really good to feel that way, actually. Because it's rare to find people are like this happy around.
Thank you. Maybe it comes from winter swimming, because in Thailand during Black Nights, our most unique adventure, every morning we go to swim to Baltic Sea, and it's +5, maybe +2.
And you swim?
And yes, 2-3 minutes I can swim in cold water.
That's a great talent. I don't have that, and I admire that. That's good. I mean, you advise us all go in cold and swim so that we are happy.
Yes, and I will. It's not my fault, but I will just repeat. You probably know Latvian film director. She is a documentarist, Laila Pakalnina, and I heard from her. You meet good people in cold water.
Wow,
you never meet bad people or angry people in cold water.
Yeah. That's a great saying.
Yeah.
That's good. So, starting from there, because you take this advice from a filmmaker, and I know that you define yourself as film hunter. I mean, obviously the official title is film programmer, but you define yourself as film hunter, film scout, and I feel like you have a very personal relationship with cinema, filmmakers, and what you're doing. Can you elaborate, like, open it up a little bit for us? What does film hunter mean?
Yes, cinema is my lifestyle. I never say I'm working for someone. I'm just living my life with films. I'm watching films. So Film Hunter is only written on my Instagram, so it's personal. But I think it describes very precisely what I do. And who is a film programmer or festival programmer is someone who watches films. Someone has to watch those 1,000 films or more to pre-select and then select. Yeah, so film scout or film hunter means that I'm looking for films everywhere I can find them, where maybe nobody else came to that territory, and I want to see those films, and then I bring my huntings or findings to my colleagues, currently in Black Nights, and when my colleagues are watching, and when we discuss. So there are no films which can be selected by one person, either it's me or someone else. It's always mutual, but before films are discussed, someone needs to find those films. Either they are coming by themselves, by submissions, and another way, films must be seen, Turkish or Estonian or Lithuanian or Thai films or Indonesian.
As far as I know, your scope of discovery is very wide. Like, it's not only limited to Asian films. You're watching like African films, you're watching Asian films, you're watching, I don't know, Nordic films. Like, you have a really wide selection. You yourself.
Yeah, I prefer, usually, as I noticed, programmers have their own territories.
Yes.
I from first thing I told to my boss, artistic director Tina Locke, what I want to be a programmer without borders. So I have responsibilities, certain responsibilities, where like Baltic films. I'm responsible for Baltic films in Black Nights, but I'm also searching and watching films from everywhere where I maybe even don't know where my intuition will lead in the first place.
That's a very organic way of relating to films. I mean, that's also obvious from how you call yourself as a film hunter. It's a very unique, peculiar way of calling yourself. That implies to me that you have a very passionate way in cinema. I mean, you already mentioned that that's a way of life for you. Cinema is a way of life for you. But has it always been like this, or how was your journey?
I fell in love in cinema early when it was forbidden to see many films. Of course, I grew up in Soviet Union with many restrictions and so on and so on. And I started to watch films from VHS.
Yes, I know.
VHS tapes.
I've been there. I've done that.
Yeah, so I know how it is. And now we can say very openly that in those times, most of films we were watching were coming illegally to Lithuania. Yeah, but it
so
was different rules.
It was a very dangerous love relationship between you and films.
No, but it was never a danger. For then, when several years or many years later, I saw Romanian documentary Chuck Norris against communism.
Yes, I know that.
It's spectacular film which described my life exactly as it was. They were bringing films from Western world illegally, and someone was translating it. But that film, Romanian film, shows us a translator, Romanian translator. Unfortunately, we were watching many films with Russian dubbing because this was the only way to get. But then, obviously, there were many cinema. Actually, in Soviet times, in Vilnius, we had so many cinemas as we don't have right now. In my childhood, cinemas where I watched King Kong, or It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World, or Louis de Funès, or Gérard Depardieu, and Pierre Richard, French films, all these big movies. Some places they don't exist anymore. It's shopping malls or
Exactly.
they already destroyed. When I pass these places now in Vilnius, sometimes it's a strong sense of nostalgia.
No, I understand that. That's also a sign that the behavior of audience is changing. What they prefer is changing. I mean, people are less and less going to movie theaters to watch movies. And I know that you like the experience of watching together, right?
Yeah, this is very important. For me, it's still cinema, film. It must be seen in cinema theater. I call festival programmers as unfortunate people because we watch majority of films on our computers in poor quality. Most likely these films are not even finished without sound production. No colors, it's always because when we are watching films which are seeking for world premieres, obviously they are not finished. And sometimes I'm watching films even in rough cut, you know what it
Yeah, I know the
means.
process.
And, they were changing, some directors asking for my advice, and what doesn't work, or it, and sometimes I provide this.
But this is different
help.
then.
Yeah. But then I really wish to see most of these films on screen. And believe me or not, they always look different.
Of course, I believe.
They always look different. And even if
it feels different.
If you did not feel something, you felt a distance, and then in cinema it can be fixed. And I call, for instance, comedy is most difficult genre to program.
Oh wow! Why?
Because usually you are watching alone, right? In your in your
At
room,
home.
at home. Will you laugh or not? It's
not going to change
question.
anything.
Yeah, but when you are watching a comedy with an audience, full cinema, I like, for instance, sit on the first row in cinema and I express myself very loudly. I don't do that at home, maybe. And when someone laughs, then others probably will laugh
as well.
Or maybe in some places which is not funny to me, I hear a laughter somewhere behind me, and I think, oh, maybe this is funny.
Maybe I should laugh. But that's the trick, I think. If no one is laughing, then no one, the movie is a comedy and no one is laughing. The audience is not laughing. That's the bad part of it. That's the tricky part of it.
Yeah, this is, which means when programmers made mistake. Right? If film was funny for them, but they misunderstood their audience. This is also very important to know to whom you are bringing film.
So it requires a very analytical intelligence in terms of what do I like and what the group would like, kind of. You need to analyze that difference.
Yes, and that's why I often say that you may think that anybody can be a film programmer or a film hunter, but I think that person must have intuition.
Yeah.
Intuition which helps to guess, analyze, and predict. Predict what this film can achieve, what you can do with this film. And for instance, in Black Nights in Thailand, which is A-class film festival, like Cannes, Berlin, Venice, San Sebastian, Karlovy Vary, or Locarno, 14 festivals like that. So in competition sections, we are mostly having world or international premiere, which means Estonian audiences in Thailand, they are the first ones who see those films. But for us programmers, it's not enough to bring film only to Estonian audience. We want to select films which will have big international potential after premiere in Thailand. This would define our strength as a festival.
Exactly.
This is how festival rise above others with decisions we make. And then if film goes to other festival, then it becomes more and more popular. I will give you an example of Lithuanian films, for instance. And for many years, Lithuanian films were like most of programmers were scared to program. It's a small country, Baltic, not only Lithuanian, Latvian, Estonian, are kind of the same. If you see big festival in Cannes, you will never find or will very rarely find a Baltic film selected. But now look what happened with Sama Locarno. Took two Lithuanian films, Toxic and Drowning Dry, and they both swept 4 main awards, including Golden Leopard.
That's a very important point you're making, because mostly I realize in certain countries there's an inclination with the festivals. The film programmer chooses what gets awards from main competitions, main festivals. They choose those films to include in their country's festivals, national festivals, because it's a secure way, right? Because since that this movie gets a lot of awards from big festivals, that means that it will make audience to come and see it when you pick it. But that's not serving the purpose of like making the real films to be seen. If I make myself
yeah, you're absolutely right. There are many methods of film programming. I know some programmers who are lazy enough. They are programming films even probably without watching them. They just reading reviews. And let's not hide, there are plenty so-called of programmers. They are going to Cannes and you don't see them in cinema theaters. They wake up when you already watch the third film and they go to parties and that's it. But to select film which was awarded in Cannes or in Venice or in Berlin, it's an easiest way, I would say.
I think they're just being on the safe side.
I assume you need to show films, not all from Cannes, but because audience also wants to see what kind of films are winning in Cannes or in Venice. But sometimes we also disagree with those decisions. This year, for me, Cannes was the weakest festival in my 24 years I'm going there. And mostly I was disappointed with those films. But will I wish to stop all the films? No. Yeah.
Of course not. I mean, that's also a good point to elaborate on. Something is changing, I think. Like, you are a very experienced person in this, not in film business, in film festival area. Something is changing. As you already said, like, Cannes has the weakest selection last year. How is the content of the festivals are changing now?
I think especially after COVID, behavior has changed dramatically. And we in Tallinn experienced the decrease of audience as everywhere. We were lucky festival which was never cancelled, of course. But it was happening every year with restrictions, with people maybe were scared to be in a cinema.
Even during the COVID, the very first.
It was November, so were these waves, and November was kind of all right.
So you never canceled?
Yeah,
you always.
Only 1 year when I came to Tallinn, I had to spend 24 hours in my hotel room and do a few tests, and only if those tests are all right, I was allowed to
go out and watch movies.
So with COVID, what I noticed that people saw opportunity or they became addicted to streaming services.
Exactly.
And that's why I'm unfortunately not a big fan of Netflix, Amazon, or Apple, or whatever it's streaming. When you go to Venice and you see a film just for yourself, some excellent films like The Order, or even there were winning films by Alfonso Cuarón, Roma. It was never screened in Baltic countries in cinemas.
It was on streaming, right?
Yeah. Martin Scorsese's film, we never saw it. I was lucky to see Martin Scorsese in Marrakesh in film festival. I still remember his introduction. He was Martin Scorsese, a master of cinema who understands what it means. And he was begging from a screen, please don't see on this.
Yeah,
maybe
I remember that.
At least on iPad, please.
Yeah, I remember that speech as well. But so you're saying that because the audience's behavior is changing, festival contents are trying to align with that. Maybe like put more popular selections to attract people into cinemas. Is that what you're saying?
Not necessarily, because streamers are having now bigger budgets. They are capable to give freedom to Alfonso Cuarón or Scorsese or Gael Garcia Bernal, or not even them. They are investing a lot in smaller countries. In Poland, neighboring country, Netflix gives better jobs to best film professionals, and they choose to make these films, and then real debuts are striving because they don't have someone who can make them. Of course, they are being produced, but not like in previous years.
So, I mean, there are like many questions that are lingering in my mind. Take, for example, Scorsese's plea for people not to watch it like on the screen, but to watch it on the white screen. But then, why do you accept the offer from streaming companies? I mean, I understand it's a matter of budget and production, but if you have this love for cinema, maybe there should be a choice, like there should be a self-sacrificing choice as well to make.
Yeah, this is also a very important question. So firstly, I must say, Baltic countries are too small for Netflix.
No, I mean, obviously, I'm not meaning Baltic countries.
We never have, in Tallinn, in Black Nights Film Festival, we never had any single film from Netflix. But I believe we benefit from Venice Film Festival and San Sebastian. They choose or they prioritize films from Netflix. And other streamers, and then smaller films from Albania or from Thailand or from Indonesia, they fall out on the last minute and they are available to take it. So for us, it's a very good choice. But also what I wish to voice, it's responsibility of programming, because we are watching films, right, and we are really responsible what we are screening, especially nowadays, troubling days with political aspects.
Well, starting from there, actually, like a film programmer with this kind of political consciousness maybe also try to hunt, with your words, try to hunt movies that don't have the opportunity to be seen as much as the, I don't know, like European movies, like American movies, if you know what I mean. So I think it's a very crucial role as a film programmer for you to have, to make lesser seen ones to be visible, more visible.
Yeah, this is extremely important part of programming. It's where you put your heart. Without risk, you will not make, without taking risks yourself, you will never make good results. Some films may be not that convincing when you see and discuss. And you have to give a chance to filmmaker, especially for debut filmmaker, because if you will not choose her or him, maybe nobody will choose her or him. Toxic, Saulė Bliuvaitė, Lithuanian film. I think if Giona Nazarov would not choose this film for Locarno, Toxic would have a definitely much more struggling life too. And now it's everywhere in Philippines, on that part of the world, But to give a 2-hour slot to a film of someone whom you don't know, and when you see a film blossoming after premiere, then it's the biggest reward to a film hunter or festival programmer. And here I can mention another example of Sri Lankan film, which is titled Tentigo Ilango Ram.
I don't know that one.
It was super small film, which we got in August last year, and we confirmed it in 1 week because we felt in love immediately. I still cannot find an answer, explanation why our festival passed. And then what happened? They got an award in Tallinn, and now, currently, when we talk, Ilango Ram directs a remake of his Tentigo with much bigger budget in India. I already asked him if you will do shot by shot like Mikhail Haneke. He said, no, I'm not interested in that. I'm doing another film which is based on my original idea. And then they already have an offer to make Tentigo in Italy, but instead 2 brothers, there will be 2 sisters, main protagonists. And this is how films are blossoming. And then we, as Festival Black Knight, we are taking credits.
That's a very good way to put it. Also, there are some criticism about how festivals are shaping movies to be same on each other, because certain festivals are picking up same kind of movies. Then you have as a filmmaker, you might develop a strategy to make that kind of a movie to get into festivals. But if the festival programmer takes the responsibility to have a wider gaze, look to different voices, to new voices, to, I don't know, debut movies, more original, unique voices, then maybe it also would actually democratize the filmmaking process, the film festivals, the selections as well, right?
I would respond to you on a joke.
Okay.
When Jean-Luc and Pierre Dardenne are writing a script, they know what their film will be selected to Cannes and to main competition. They know they write first word on a script, and they know our film will in 1 or 2 years will be. It's an easiest way. But for Ilango Ram or Saulė Bliuvaitė or for smaller filmmaker, this road would be extremely hard. And when film will be made, they will have plenty of struggles to convince
people,
programmers to get into Cannes. And this is why I said that Cannes is decreasing to me, because it's a highest league of filmmakers mostly of same people, and it's closed. Basically, it's closed.
Maybe then we should as filmmakers stop giving too much importance to Cannes. I mean, if you know what I mean, because it's like a vicious circle of feeding feeding each other kind of way.
Right. Let's take Turkey. If you are not Nuri Bilge Ceylan, probably your chance is as small as that. Turkey, every year I see good films.
Yeah, that's another question that I would love to ask you, both in terms of Turkish film festivals and Turkish film sector, like industry. What do you think? How do you evaluate Turkish films and film festivals as well?
I was lucky to attend many film festivals. Some of them does not exist anymore, like Malatya.
Yes.
And in Malatya, I not only contributed as a jury member, I met Belkis Bayrak, and now she's almost everywhere with her debut film Gulizar, which I really strongly admire, and I advise to give as many chances to show it. But it's for her now it's easy way, because Toronto, San Sebastian, it's a big power to launch a film. But there are always I keep seeing many Turkish debut filmmakers. I meet them, and I understand what they are on that position. Nobody knows them, and someone needs to trust in them. Someone, if they will be screened only in Antalya, in Adana, in Istanbul, it will never be enough.
Exactly. Exactly, that I agree a lot. I want to thank you for being here and for your very peculiar way of, very unique way of looking at cinema and festival programming. I think it's very helpful, and I'm saying this as a filmmaker. I think we need this more. We need this voice more from other film festival programmers as well. So I am thanking you both for being here, for accepting our invitation to the program, and also for this voice of yours. And it was a pleasure chatting with you.
And it's my joy to be here. Thank you for your questions. And I hope I'll be helpful, will be continue to be helpful, especially for filmmakers who are not visible, who needs to have this someone uplifts or maybe kick their ass
Exactly.
to wider world.
Thank you so much. That's a very wonderful perspective. I hope we will meet again. And thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
Evet, böylelikle bir programın daha sonuna gelmiş olduk. Önümüzdeki hafta yine burada olacağız. Sinema Artı'da, TRT2 ekranlarında sizi de bekleriz. Hoşça kalın.